Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another 12-12 siege battle for you today, and this is a glorious 3v2 battle for you today as the man interrupts me in my intro. But yes, you can see the walls have crumbled. But yes, we have a 3v2 for you today. We have the French, we have Brabant, and we have Toulouse attacking against, I do apologize, Antioch and the Abbasid Empire. So kind of, or Caliphate, but so kind of some interesting sort of alliances. Certainly the Antioch and the Abbasids would not be together. These three attacking factions you could kind of see being together. Toulouse and France, obviously kind of part of the same nation, you could argue, and then Brabant's kind of a neighbouring one, so they could all sort of be working together. But why they're fighting the Abbasids and Antioch, who knows? You can make up some scenario yourself if you fancy. But yes, this is an excellent 3v2 with members of the Discord. So if you'd like to take part in some of these battles that may feature on the channel, or want to send in your own replays, do join the Discord. The link is down below in the description. As the French go clashing in to face off the first wave of Abbasid defenders. So I do believe this is some sergeants against some Syrian Ashir. It's it's a tier 2 unit, so it shouldn't favour too well against this tier 3, but this sergeant unit is almost 2v1ing it, and they're getting support from the Mameluke foot guards behind. They brought a lot of these guys, and they are a nasty unit. If you're new to 12-12, this unit is really good with bows, and it also is very good with swords. It's a very, very versatile unit, and it's a very elite unit. And yes, we are losing men to towers, and I'm having to be very careful because our men are getting killed. You can see there's another load just getting absolutely butchered. I think that's the unit. That's not even that unit really. Like, there's so many outside the walls here got killed. Look at that. That's a load of men. So that's the only issue I hate with Attila. I hate that mechanic. But yeah, that unit's gone from 160 down to 97. But the French, who I am commanding, are in combat first. I kind of have no choice. I either kind of stood at the top of the wall and got shot, or I stand at the bottom of the wall and get shot. So better to go into combat and fight for your life. And there's some more sergeants going in to face off against these Syrian Ashir. We should break through them. In theory, it's sword versus spear. Spears always come out badly in that scenario. But with the foot Mamelukes in behind, they may be fine. And you need to be careful that I'm like keeping a lot of my troops here hidden behind walls and behind buildings, because they have not one but two mortars. They have both Antioch and the Abbasids have brought a mortar. Not quite sure how the Abbasids would have got their hands on a mortar, but they have. And it's setting a lighter tree already. But yes, you better get your snacks, your drinks. This is going to be a long, long siege, but it's a glorious siege with a very good ending, so definitely stick around to see the end of this. And if you haven't already, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. But yes, so the French are still battling on. I'm literally the only one actually in combat at this moment. I kind of was stuck in a hard situation. My allies were late really arriving. Toulouse has barely sent anything forward. He's got the bulk of his army still back there. And Brabant has literally sent one unit to foray on its own to see like what defense there is, but he's not going to be out with any defense for quite a while. So I am here stuck on my own really, and I've decided to get archers up onto the wall. Got my 3rd E company. They are here. They're going to be able to get some nice angles, you can see here, onto the Abbasid, well, not the Abbasid, well, the Mameluke foot guard back there. They are Abbasids, but easy to refer to them as the Mamelukes. And yeah, and then we've also got some gunners, and I've never really used gunners, but I thought we'll give it a change and we bring them in this battle. I always prefer to bring just 4 units of archers, but in previous battles, which I've just played casually, I've seen gunners have been very, very effective, and they can't reach. They haven't got as great a range as the archers, but they could probably reach these spears here, so they could do a bit of damage there. But yes, the mortar is still going off. I think it's actually trying to focus on my bombard crew at this point, which I'm bringing in again to try and get some good volleys at, say, I don't know, the Mamelukes or defenders further back. But you can see here they are really trying to hit my bombard. And now we finally have troops from Toulouse inside here. He's also had the same issue. He's lost a lot of men to towers, like breaking and falling. Another unit here really beat up. His sergeant's not looking so great. But he's finally in, and he's able to sort of start an assault this way if you wanted to. This is already into the final defense if you wanted to go this way. But there is a lot of like cavalry and stuff waiting, so these need to be careful of these Crusader Knights. They could go after his swords and a lot of other stuff. And we're now fighting around here as well. Again, we have some sergeants of France fighting against some Crusader spears here, I believe. So Antioch's finally getting a taste of the action. And he's got his banner here with looks like a bishop or a king and a bishop on it. Probably represents something like the king and the church are one, or something like that. Who knows? But it looks like Brabant's... I see what Brabant's doing. He's going to capture the gate with one unit, which is very smart, and then he's going to bring the rest of his army through this gate. Very, very smart. Saves losses being taken by like towers or the walls or whatever. But he's got a pretty stern defense himself. He's got lots of these caliphs. Humat, these are even stronger than the Syrian Nashir. These guys look really, really nice with their black turbans on. They look very elite. And then he's got, again, more Mamluk foot guards back here. We've got more Crusader spears, more Mamluk foot guard, Footwar Jun. There's a lot of forces concentrated in that area. I mean, these two areas, these like almost two courtyards here, are going to be their sort of base of operations where they're going to then decide where they send troops. But yeah, we're not really having much luck at the moment. I mean, you can see here, this unit here of sergeants getting focused on. This is a fresh unit. And it's getting focused down really well by the Crusader marksman here, just firing over the top, shooting this unit. They're in shield wall. Doesn't matter if they're in shield wall. They're getting shot from above. And they're now going in to join the fight against these Crusader spears. And they're already wavering before they've even gone to combat. That's insane. And here you go. You can see cavalry now inside Brabantian Knights. And it looks like they did come in and have decided to... I don't know what they're doing. They haven't decided themselves whether they're coming in or out. You in, you out? But it does look glorious as the fighting goes on. You just see men gutting each other with their brutal spears and swords. It's a brutal war, like type of warfare is the medieval type. It's no quarter given. Just like use your bare hands if you have to kill someone. That'd be cool if you added that as an animation, just using your bare hands to kill a guy. I know there's like an animations you can like, a troop can like pin someone down and they can start punching them, I'm pretty sure. And then the guy on the ground stabs the guy on top in the chest. I'm pretty sure that's the thing. But you can see now my archers are shooting from here. My third company already using about half the ammo as how much I'm required to use to try and kill these Syrian Ashir. I've been shooting these caliphs in the back for a bit, doing some damage, but we should really have been shooting here. And we're only just about doing damage. We're actually losing these sergeants here. And yeah, I'm having a really rough time. Like getting through this first line of engagement. It's just an absolute nightmare. As France, usually I just see France just roll over defenders, whoever they're playing against. But we're having a really hard time. And we're only playing against two other armies. There is not even a third opponent for us. And there you go, you can see these Crusader Knights came down and routed these sergeants. I missed that, but yeah, they formed like a shield wall here, and they died in that shield wall. And they had some Footwar Jun to help them actually as well. But Toulouse needs to get the rest of his army in here. He needs to respond. He's got some Custodiers over here. I got some gendarmes up ready. I think they were going to threaten these Pavese crossbows with the cavalry, but my gendarmes sort of saved the Pavese by just being there. But yeah, really, they need to get... Toulouse needs to get the rest of his army up and moving. Even get his culvery like set up somewhere. Or he could just shoot from there. He could shoot his culvery and he can get all the way in here. It's got insane range. Brabant also needs to get a move on really and get some stuff done. But there you go. We have broken through these. We broke through the Syrian Ashir, and now the Caliphs had to come across, leaving this open for Brabant, who is now coming through with his Brabantian Knights. And that is going to be huge. And we have some more sergeants going in already. A fresh unit. Already having to use loads and loads of units just to break through here. Lots of ammo, lots of units being used. Breaking through this first line. But as we can see in a moment, coming through this street, in a moment, we're going to see, in the back there, we'll see Brabantian Knights. Here they come. Sneaking in the back, and they're going to be able to do hammer and anvil into these guys. Or I think the order was given to go after the archers over here and the shock infantry, and here they go. They're going to go in. Absolute mad lads, and they're going deep into enemy lines, these Brabantian Knights. They're going to take just about everything on. Look at the sheer amount of units that they are having to contend with. Now they're going to bounce off. The gendarmes are in. They're doing their business. They've actually taken quite a lot of losses just getting in. Here they go. They're going to go into combat now. They didn't get such a great charge off. And they're fighting shock infantry. They need to be careful. They might need to jump out of that again. They're losing decisively there. They might need to jump out, go into the spear infantry. And they are losing quite a lot of men, and so are the Brabantian Knights. The gendarmes carry on. A lot of action. This is like absolute chaos for the defenders now. There's just cavalry everywhere, and it's undoing all of their defenses. And yeah, you can see this. Look at this. Crusader Spear already wavering now. It was holding so well. And then just a unit in behind has undone it. A unit here of sergeants wavering at 132 is insane. We're getting focused down in the side as we try to flank. It's a risky flank we have to try. We have to break these Caliph Humma and just undo this defense here. Now they're setting up some footwar Jun. And those Brabantian Knights and the gendarmes are already nearly finished.
They're not done yet.
But I'm sure they got plenty of kills. I mean, you can see down here a lot of knocked up units. This Crusader is already basically gone. It's absolutely destroyed. I mean, the gendarmes are nearly dead. That's the problem. We've lost so much in attempting that. So that was I don't know. It's kind of a hard decision whether that was a good trade or not. It was certainly not the worst trade in the world. I mean, they could send the other Brabantian Knight down here and just carry on the chaos. I mean, there is not very much left now. It looks like they're setting up another line of defense, sending out more Crusader Spears. They've got plenty of foot Mamluks left with plenty of ammo. And their mortar keeps raining down fire as well. He keeps like, and the mortar like does about 13 like damage or something like that to morale, because it's like, I don't know, it's explosions going off. It's insane. And yeah, I think the gendarmes routed, or they, yeah, I think they've gone. Oh no, they're still here. The gendarmes are still here, and they're going for another charge. There's these footwar Jund here, and they're going to go in there. They're tired of the gendarmes, so I don't know how good that charge was, but they might get some decent kills here. And they're going to get countered by the Crusader Knights, I think. Or no, these are the Brabantian Knights. How deep did they go? I think they went pretty deep. I think they might have charged the footwar Jund as well. But yeah, the gendarmes are basically finished.
Our men are breaking up.
They need to be careful. There's 23 men left. They could be pretty useful. It's a silver chevron gendarme. They just need to be... Oh no, they routed. They fully routed. That's a shame. That is a shame. But yeah, as France, I've already lost quite a lot. I won't lie. I have lost an incredible amount just trying to take this area. But I do have plenty of shock infantry left. And this shock infantry is pretty nasty. And it's got a silver chevron. Each unit has a silver chevron. And they're already fighting over here. I've got 2 units of shock infantry already in combat. It's got to this stage already. I'm having to send in shock infantry. Which is not good, not a good sign really for the defense. And they're getting absolutely like hailed with arrows right now. These guys, like the foot Mamluks, just don't seem to miss. But we are now in here, and I think that's actually a friendly fire shot. Look at that, the mortar's like trying to hit in here. It's being a bit risky, certainly. Oh, that's definitely a friendly fire. And that one as well, I'd say, was friendly fire. And yeah, those Crusader Spears are falling back. They're going to fall back and try and cause these French Chevaliers to carry on the attack there. But we are actually broken through here as well, which is probably why they're actually retreating. But yeah, we have to be careful. Have to be careful. I mean, the cavalry here is, well, still looking for targets, I think. I mean, this is a nice little defense here. These, what are these Crusader marksmen? They've got like a nice little place that they can be defended from. This like street here can't be accessed from the front. You've got to come all the way around here. So it's a nice little defense. So if they can defend this spot, oh, which is well and truly defended. Look at that. We have some Crusader Spears ready. And, I mean, yeah, the French and the Toulouse troops are already, like, in quick pursuit. Here they come. I think this, is that unit broken? No, it's still alive. And they're already sending up pikes. Crusader pikemen coming up. You need to kill this unit if you're an attacker. And you can see most of the units falling back now when they realize that the pikes are getting set up. Toulouse has gone in, but needs to really fall back. Yeah, there he goes. Falls back. And it looks like it's time to set up some archers. We've got some Toulouse cavalry in here. I think they're just going to come around and surround this. Somehow these guys are still fighting, and they're still firing volleys in there. The attackers, they need to be careful about that. But yeah, these Footwar Jund are still fighting in here. Absolutely mad, lads. And we've got the Scots Guard in here. The Guard of Scots. They're actually still fighting. They've used up so much ammo as well. At this point, I was not liking our chances. I mean, balance power is massively in our favour, but they are already nearly falling back to their main defence. Apart from this area over here, which we need to work with, we need to do a lot of attacking here. Try and draw as many units out, but they are already falling back to this. They have plenty of ammo. They have plenty of good units as well. Lots of Mamluk foot guards and cavalry. A fresh unit of Crusader cavalry, which has gone out and done some damage, but hardly any. Like, it's still fresh. Barely taking any damage. And they've got mortars. Oh, those mortars. But yeah, so I was not liking my chances. Most of my elite archers had already used up a lot of ammo. I've got Frank archers here, 3rd Company E. My gunners, though, have not used anything, so that's reassuring. I still need to use my gunners for something. But it's trying to find them somewhere to go, because they've got really bad missile blocks, so they could just get, like, shot to pieces by archers. If I just set them up like here to shoot, they'll just get shot to pieces themselves. But you can see Toulouse is doing just that. He's getting up some crossbows, and he's going to fire directly into this shield wall. Aim for the head. That's where they're, well, the only place you could probably hit them. That shield wall is pretty impenetrable. You have to, like, shoot their heads back there. But you can see the mortars are now just shelling this unit, this poor unit of Pavis. I don't know if this is really the greatest target. Pavis crossbows, not an expensive unit to be taken out. You want to be taking out like this dismounted chevaliers. Look at all these French chevaliers back here. This is what you want to be taking out. This is a blob. And I think I realized, and I've started to fall stuff back for that exact reason. But I'm starting to send stuff around to, I mean, it's just weak units at this point, but I'm sending stuff around to help Brabant, because Brabant looks like he's going to be the next one that's going to have to do some of the heavy lifting. Me and Toulouse have done quite a lot of the fighting so far, and have taken quite a few casualties, but you can see Brabant is now doing the same thing as Toulouse on the other side, and he's getting his crossbows up and he's starting to fire. And we've got the foot guards here now firing. I mean, that's not a bad target of shooting. Pavi's crossbows, shoot those guys. Shoot these guys. They aren't like worth your time if you're shooting them, really. You want to be shooting infantry, like shock infantry, all sorts. But this is a death spot, really, a death spot. But really, Brabant wants to get an arch unit up onto this wall, and then focus down as the flanks here. Shoot like the flanks of these spears here, and that will be a good way to get round. And I mean, he's still got some pikes out here as well. They'll be very useful. He's got a mortar as well, which I didn't realize he had until later on in the battle. And yeah, that's a really good unit that he needs to be utilizing. We've got the gunners now down off the wall. And you can see here just loads of archers to shoot. And I think I was focusing down, yeah, the Crusader marksmen in here. Because I was like, right, if we can get rid of these guys, then we can start some assaults on this flank here, and round here. Because this archer fire here can just go this way, or it can go like this way, and just do a lot of damage. And even if we had like more numbers and better troops in there, that archer support, that's killer. Archer support in 1212 is massive. For those of you that maybe wanted to pick up the mod and play it, definitely want to get a lot of archers if you're sieging. And cavalry is always a great thing to bring, I think. Even if you're attacking or defending, it's really good to bring. You can see here the mortar, I think, is going off for... I think this is the mortar firing off. No, maybe it's the culverin then for Toulouse. I don't know. But something is firing, and it's making explosions go off over here. Oh no, maybe the explosions are going off because the Abbasid mortar is firing. But I think it's targeting... I think it's still targeting these crossbows here, which are now routed. Or routing. And look at this. Oh, they're going for the bombard. Not a bad target. Still got plenty of ammo, this bombard. And this bombard, I plan to just get it to fire all the way down here, straight at this the spear unit, and then at the Mamluks and behind. As you can see over here, we've now got a fight going on between Brabant. He's sending some shock infantry, and he's sending some sergeants of his own. And he's fighting some of the Caliph unit. But again, he's got the archer support as the Abbasid player. So I mean, he's able to do a lot of damage. And certainly those shock infantry who have poor armor, like not poor armor, they have good armor, but they have poor missile block. So their armor will just get whittled down. You can see they're getting cut down, these guys.
The unit is running from the enemy.
Oh, a mortar going off. That was a really good hit. That was nicely in there. And I think that's it. I think Brabant's had enough of that fight. He realizes he's not going to win it. Like, look at the Cleef unit. It's lost barely any men. And these dismounted Brabantian Knights lost nothing. I mean, that's a good hit there, actually, by the Brabantian mortar, taking out some of these Cleefs. But yeah, that was just not worth it. He needs to get crossbows up onto this wall and shoot down here. Because, I mean, that unit's nearly out of ammo. This one's still got a bit. But he could do with definitely doing some focusing of fire down there. And the cavalry for Antioch is going ham again. It's actually routed a full unit of sergeants. Look at the devastation down there. All the bodies. That is insane. Poor, poor guys. Getting absolutely beat up. And now, oh, this is the same unit. I think it's coming back. It's going after the shock infantry. Oh, no! Toulouse has had some unlucky starts here. He really needs to brace, but I don't know if he could because I think the unit was still coming through the gate. But yeah, that unit's already like not looking so healthy. It's not liking its situation there. Really, he needs to sort this out. He needs to get like some pikes here. Just block this area off. I mean, he's trying to do it now. He's sending up shock, and this cavalry's now going back in. He's going to go for another charge. Oh no! It's just getting devastated as this unit. And he's yeah. He's just got to give a lot of tackle to surround this unit and get pikes up here. Force this unit up. Get these footwar Jund out of here. He needs to get his own cavalry in here. Do some counter charging. He's got some coastaliers, I'm pretty sure. Where are they? They're all the way over here. Not even defending his own army. He needs to get them up and helping. He's got more pikes here, or more pole arms. Get them in there. Like, look at that. That's a unit that was 160. It's down to 87 after a couple of charges. And the footwar Jund's not liking the halberds there, and it's going to fall back. We've got the Mamluks. They're also focusing down this polearm unit. But he's going to chase him back up the hill, and that's good on him. Chase him back up the hill, Toulouse, and see if you can... well, he needs to get his cavalry back over here, just so he can stop them and get the halberds here. Just stand them here. And get some crossbows or your archers of your own, so you can respond to the archfire of the Mamluks. It's a tough one. It really is. I mean, these Crusader Knights are pretty beat up, but they might come for another charge. They are. They're going to come for another charge. They're not finished with that shock infantry. And look at that. Another charge. I mean, that might rout this unit. This unit's going to, like... And shock infantry's so expensive. It was okay, but I think they did okay in that one because the footwar Jund slowed down the Crusader Knights. But yeah, still did a bit of damage. And now they're bringing up their cavalry, and they're going to start firing down this street. And my cavalry's nearly out of ammo. I've been focusing down this spear unit, just weakening it. And we've done a fair amount of damage. Killed a fair amount of these guys. I've been trying to shoot their archers again as well possible. That's some good hits. Oh no, that's firing out. That's going... What's that going for? Oh, all these archers here. I mean, if you can hit my archers, they're out of ammo. Even if they are Garda Scots. They are good in combat. But rather they were shooting them than, say... my shock infantry or cavalry or whatever. But yeah, it's kind of a bit of standoff now. A bit of a standoff. Oh no, it's not. The shock infantry is very much fighting over here. But it's a standoff on just about every other part of the map. We're just trying to work out what we're going to do. But we are still, like, Toulouse is still trying to work his way up here. I do love the like the gold and the blue of Toulouse. It looks nice. Gold, like, look at that blue armor. Like the... Oh, it's just as he dies. The blue armor didn't help him. But like the yeah, that looks awesome, like the gauntlets and stuff like that. I mean, not really gauntlets, it's more his like his guards and stuff like that. They look good. They look nice. I don't know what do you call that, like on your arm? It just like protects your lower arm. Is that something guard, I bet. It's probably got something to do like bicep or tricep. Might not even have a name. Probably does. Someone can probably tell me in the comments. But yeah, we're starting our assault over here. This is a bit dicey because, well, they can just shoot over this wall, this small wall here, and just rain like death on us. But we are beating a spear unit, but it's pretty much a throwaway spear unit. We've already gunned it to pieces with the artillery, so they don't mind. I mean, I think we've sent in a pretty fresh unit of, 138 dismounted chevaliers getting sent in, plus sergeants, plus the 3rd Company. I'm fine sending these guys in. They're archers out of ammo, though they're pretty good in combat, so they should be fine. Certainly fighting this first spear unit. And they're already unlike the second line of combat. These mad lads don't care what goes on. They're like, for King of France? I don't know what. For King and Country? Oh no, that's very English. They would not be saying that. They'd be saying it in a French accent as well. They'd be like, Le baguette. We retreat all the time. I don't know what the French say. It shows my knowledge of the French, being a Brit through and through, or an Englishman through and through. But you can see I got my gunners up here, and we're trying to like shoot these guys to pieces. But I'm getting absolutely focused down by their foot guards, and I got a volley off, and we did some damage, but I did actually kill a single soul. And I lost a couple of guys, and they're focusing me down. They're going to charge as well. But that was all part of the plan, because we're going to try and lure out this footward. Oh, it's not even footward Jun. It's a Rayun. It's a light melee unit. We're going to just charge them with sergeants. I'm going to overwhelm them. And these sergeants, I mean, they should overwhelm these guys with ease. As you can see, the guys here clashing. Yeah, I mean, oh, look at them. They're all queuing up. Look at this. There's a queue up on the wall here. They're just like, yep, after you, after you. No, after you. But yeah, we should cut down this this unit, really. And my gunners are trying to get back. I think they're just about out of range now, the archers. Or maybe they're going to come forward. I don't know. They might still come forward. But we need to be careful. But yeah, this flank over here. See, they tried something over here. This footward Jun went charging out. I think the cavalry was going after it. Brabantian Knights, you can see here, went after it. They look like it's still going to go on. They're not going to charge this, are they? I was going to say, this is a shield wall. They don't want to be charging this as cavalry. Do never charge shield walls if you've got cavalry. Never do it. It's not healthy for the cavalry. But yeah, you can see this unit's already losing decisively. It's a light infantry unit, and it was fighting. It's tier 1 as well, fighting tier 3 heavy infantry. Wasn't going to end well. But yeah, this is like, oh my gosh, they've been pushed back again as Toulouse. This cavalry here is being a constant issue, and I think they've routed that shock infantry wherever it's gone. You can see now they've just this area's just been boxed off, and I've got some of my halberds here. We've got some of the pole arms here for Toulouse, and we're just boxing this area off, so the cavalry can't do any more of an issue. And that's what we should have done anyway. And you can see here some swords are now coming up. We got some écorchiers. I don't know how you say that. It's like a, I don't know, they're like a free company unit almost. And we've got some chevaliers up again. And this footward Jun should be forced back. But they're going to keep sending out units like this on their own to just fight us. We should be fine. We should do okay. They're going to have they're just kind of wasting units, just sending them out to die one by one. But you can see we are slowly pushing them back. I mean, all our units here are losing decisively. But so are the archers in combat, and those Crusader marksmen are now in combat. They're sending in all their archers now. Antioch looks like he's mainly out of ammo. He's only got like one unit with ammo left. It's mainly down to the foot Mamluks, the foot guard Mamluks. But that's not a good thing, because they are nasty. Even if they run out of ammo, they're nasty. Luckily, they haven't brought any gunners. Looks like one of their mortars is nearly out of ammo. The other has still got like a few rounds left, but it's hard to say what they're doing. I mean, what they're trying to aim at, I'm not really sure. Just aiming at anything that they can find. And they're setting up more swords here, more footward Jun fighters here. Why they don't just fight behind the shield wall, I don't know. It's a lot more advantageous, and you can see there the Brabant artillery is now also firing in here. And the Guard of Scots is in combat, and they'll do okay. They'll do just fine in combat. I sent them in after my sergeants broke. And we now got pikes coming up. Look at that, the Guard of Scots like queuing as well. They're like, no, after you. They're talking their more Scottish accent. But yeah, this Caliph unit's now getting like weakened. It may not be getting like a lot of kills like the mortar, but it's certainly doing a lot of HP damage, which is still huge. There you go. It looks like some Brabantian pikemen have been set up, and that will certainly change the balance of power in our favour in this area here. Because, well, they won't be able to respond to this with all the long, pointy pikes. I mean, they're focusing them down. They are running out of ammo with these Mamluks. And then they'll be able to move on to this Caliph unit, and they'll be able to do the same. It'll be interesting to see. And at this point, I realised what I could do with my gunners. They have been focusing my gunners down, the mortar, and I was like, well... And you can see, look at this hit. That's going to be a really, like, it's right in the blob of all this stuff here. I mean, it's actually going to miss, luckily. But I was like, I'm going to send my gunners eventually all the way around here and up onto this wall, as I've been saying, and just focus these guys down. I mean, at this point, they're really focusing down the pikes here. So I said to Brabant, just send up your swords and fight the spear unit. They've now got no support. They should be okay. I mean, they are fighting in shield wall, but they'll do just fine. Yeah, so Brabant should win that fight, I think. Mainly because it's a weakened unit against a fresh one, and it's spears versus swords. You can see here the swords are losing here. I mean, my sergeants keep breaking and coming back. They're absolute geniuses. And look at this. Look at this. A general snipe is going on currently. The Duke of Brabant is getting focused down with mortar. And he's not even been realised by Brabant at this point. And his general is actually wavering at this point. He needs to be careful. It's a bit scummy, I won't lie. I mean, balance power is... It's not in their favour, but the numbers are very close. And they're already up there. And there you go. He's died. He got exploded. He exploded... like a dud one went off, and yeah, Brabant's general's dead. That's huge because Brabant has a loss of the remaining attacking forces, so they need to be careful now when they send in their troops. It's going to make it very, very interesting. So I'd say the defenders have been a bit scummy there, but they've done a very, very good play. And there you go. Look, more Toulouse troops falling back. Toulouse just having a hard time. Every single where I look, his troops seem to be either dying or falling back. It's not looking so good. But he's now sending his troops in here. Yeah, these guys here, they might now break because their general said, I mean, they actually are winning decisively. And I've never seen a unit waver and break when it's winning decisively. But yeah, you can see a lot of dead here already. A lot of cavalry as well. So they must have charged in some cavalry here at some point. I mean, yeah, these Brabantian Knights are pretty beat up. Oh no, that's just one. This is Custeliers. I mean, we're nearly through to this line of defense now. It's just the Footwar Jund, and they're being pushed back. And look, you can see that they're falling back units. I mean, they're trying to get back these Foot Mamluks. They're trying to get them back. They realize they're going to be forced through. They're going to try and fall back these Caliphs. They're going to try and get back these Mamluk Foot Guards. They might want to. They've got ammo still, and it's a good unit. Could get pincered here. And yeah, I mean, my unit of gunners is still not going up, but it should do eventually. And the mortar's still firing. He's not, I don't know what he's firing at now, but he might want to start shooting opposing generals. I mean, this is a good blob here actually of Mamluks. This is a lot of Mamluks all grouped up here. Weaken them certainly. And yeah, you can see the Toulouse gun is now firing. What's he firing at? He's firing at looks like dismounted Crusader Knights. These guys here, the shock infantry. A good unit to shoot at, weaken it. It's going to be useful later on for the defenders. And they're sending up more Mamluk foot guards. It's kind of interesting. These have got ammo. They're going to send them over here to try and slow down the... I think they are. And I think Brabant's realised what's happening. He's getting focused down, so he's falling back his pikes. He's not lost too many men, though. Should be okay. But it's not... It's going to be a matter of time until we break through here, because they're running out of ammo and troops to attack, like, defend this area, both these choke points. Eventually, they might want to just fall back to, like, this choke point and that choke point. I'm sure they will. And there you go. My general's under attack. I think he's, or I should say, she. It's the Joan of Arc, or as we were calling her in this battle, Joanne of Arc. But yeah, she's now getting focused on. So I was like, I'm not taking any risks getting her out of there. I mean, I don't know why they're not shelling this. That's a big blob of infantry. But I mean, so is this. I've only got elite stuff left. I brought a very small and elite army. So anything I lost was kind of huge because it's all really elite. But here we go. The gunners are going up onto the wall. They're going to get a nice angle here. We're going to focus down the unit in behind as they break. I mean, they'll do morale damage to this unit as well. So they should break through this one. And anyway, the morale damage should cause this one to waver in the front. But they're now replacing those Crusader marksmen with foot Mameluke guards. I just butchered their name, but you know what I mean. The Mamelukes are there. And there you go. They already broke. And I mean, this is risky. I'm telling Brabant to fall back. And he starts to waver. As soon as he falls back, he just wavers. And there you go. The gunners are now firing through that yellow smoke. They're actually taking down quite a few of these guys. And it's going to force these guys to fall back eventually. I mean, the pikes are also up. And yeah, there they go. They're falling back. And the swords are going in. They're going to chase these guys down. And my gunner's only got so much range. I think they can only just about to fire to here. So they need to be careful. They might be out of range very soon. Need another volley. But yeah, here come the Mamelukes are coming up. The cavalry's setting up now. The Custodians are coming up. I mean, they're going to be slowed down by... Oh no, they're not going to slowed down. They're going to... Well, they are, I guess. That tiny unit of Caliphs in there is going to stop them. But they need to be careful. And we're nearly breaking through here. I mean, though, a lot of Toulouse troops are breaking. And is Brabant. I have run out of stuff to send down this area. I think my Guard of Scots did break. Sadly. I think they're all dead in here somewhere. Yeah, there they go. They're wavering, breaking. 9 of them left. Insane, that unit. And Brabant looks like he was going to charge in there. He could have gone up here. Gone after all these shock infantry. He might have got a good charge. And it looks like Abbasid is going to, well, correct his mistake there. Oh, he actually has gone for a charge. He did indeed go for a charge. He's charged in, did a fair amount of damage. I think they're going to, like, cycle charge this unit until they break through. It's a big risk because this is most of our cavalry left. Brabantian Knights and Custodians. There you go. Brabant's going to do the same again. Just cycle charge it. I mean, he's going to do a lot of damage to that Caliph unit. It's already like at half strength. Send in some swords. You can support the attack here. But if they can lure out these units, then I can shoot them with gunners, and that might break them or do a lot of damage. We're still fighting over here as well. Toulouse has just been consistent in sending troops in here. I mean, good on him. Good on him. But this is going to be a pile of bodies at the end of the battle. There's just this choke point's just been fought over so much. And what have they sent in now? I can hear more units going in. Oh, we got some... what are these? Escortiers. We've got a lot of units in here now. Actually, this unit's about to break. But yeah, they're trying to get around the sides. You can see what they're trying to do, the attackers. Trying to force their way around, surround these units. These Mamelukes just won't die. They do not die easily. And they're going to break that unit of sergeants. That's insane. An arch unit is going to break the sergeants. And you can see here the general's bodyguard for Toulouse is getting focused down by our... mortars, it would seem. I lost a lot of men there. Need to be careful. Don't need another general dying. Already, Brabant's a dodgy one because he keeps breaking every time units fall back. And they're going to send up their pavies and they're going to try and lure these guys out. Just shoot around the corner and do some damage. I mean, this is an insane blob. They should shoot the mortar at this. Why they didn't do that? Why we didn't do that? That's such a good target. There you go. They've angered the horde of Abbasids, of Mamelukes. And yeah, look at them. They're running. They're like, oh my gosh, run. And you can see the gunners, they're coming back. They're like, oh, they've seen a chance. They've fallen for the trap. And yeah, I mean, they're going to They've seen also the pikes are setting up, and there you go. The Pavis turn around. They're going to do fire another volley. Can they get a volley off? Yeah, they can shoot as these guys retreat. I don't think the gunners are going to get a volley, but the archers might get another few shots at these guys. Yeah, oh yes. Only taking a few down, but it teaches them a lesson. And here's convince the cavalry. Oh, Crusader cavalry back. And he's going to have to charge into pikes. He could be careful here. Oh no, this could be messy. This could be messy. No, he's seen. Smart. Oh, and the archer's going to fire. And the gunners might get that cavalry. Oh, they are. The gunners have shot, got a volley off, and this cavalry is going to drop. So crossbow and gunner fire. That was a decent. It had about 40 men left. It's down to about 30. And it might break here. No, it's wavering, but it's not. It's shaken, but not stirred. But we're nearly breaking through here. We are winning decisively. Dismounted French Chevaliers breaking through. And they might take on this foot Mameluke as well, who are short on ammo, and they're still focusing on these pikes. But yeah, if they break through there, all of these guys are in a pickle. They are in a pickle. And look at this. It's just desperation now. The mortar crew's now in here. Everything's going in. And just, it's an insane amount of bodies. Insane. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I am enjoying watching this grind fest it's turning into. A couple of choke points. It's becoming so tactical over just a few little choke points, and it's so interesting to watch or rewatch. You're kind of like in the zone when you're playing. You're just like giving out so many call outs. It's pretty insane. Yeah, these spears are not faring so well against this dismounted French Chevalier. Looks like some swords are getting sent up now, some sergeants. If they go in, they've got to stay in. They can't fall back. They fall back, they're going to rout. You can hear more movement back here. Oh, we've got pikes moving up. And it looks like Toulouse is deciding to put all his weight into this area here, really. He's got pole arms going around there as well. He's sending a lot of his troops this way. He started over here, and he's abandoned the French to just kind of go up this one slope. Really, he's kind of like taking him from where I was, as I've kind of shifted stuff around to help Brabant break through. I still have plenty over here. I've still got plenty of shock, and I've got pole arms and my general. But I've basically not got much left. I've got about 7 units left. But they are 7 good units. And made up of, I don't know, hundreds of fine Frenchmen. I was about to say 7 fine Frenchmen, but there's 1 or 2 more than that. Yeah, the Mamluks have been sent in to try and counter these Chevaliers. They got a good charge off. But if they're out of ammo, you might want to start thinking about sending the pikes back in. Certainly sending these pole arms through here might be a really good idea. And then it looks like, yeah, look at this. There's a general fallback going on. Those Mamluks are already falling back. That's 3 units of Mamluks falling back. And a spear unit. And that's huge. They're going to have to fall back here. We need to push through either here or there, or like this choke point here really quickly. Shame we didn't have that cavalry to chase these guys, because that would have been huge. And that cavalry that just charged into the spear lines and got itself killed. Can hear more explosions go off. I think the mortar's still firing for the attackers. But yeah, this is like gone on forever. I think we've like ever so slightly pushed them back, but hardly. And then look at this sea of Mamluks. This is a high like prize target here. All these Mamluks. Need to take these guys out. And there you go. We're broken through and desperately trying to chase them down, but I don't know. It's gonna be close. I mean, we are still like got a lot of troops left, but they have got the defensive positions. They've still got some ammo, which is really key. I mean, we've got gunners now coming up. These handgunners, oh, they need to be careful. These handgunners should not be firing while there's troops here. I mean, look at that. They've just broken those sergeants because they fired. They need to be careful. Gunners cannot fire really over troops like when they're at the same angle. They'll just fire into the back. So they need to be like on an elevated position, or just have them like this and just firing point blank with nothing in front of them to like stop them. Like they'll kill friendlies and foe quite easily. And look at this. These foot Mamluks are wavering. And they're actually going to charge these gunners. They're going to try and take them out. They need to be careful. These crossbows might get taken out next, actually. But we can swing around here. And there you go. Pole arms now being stopped by the Mamluks. And we've got some Chevaliers getting up here as well. And the pole arms trying to fall back, but the Chevaliers are there to allow them to get back. And these Mamluks are just charging on in. They need to be careful. They're losing decisively. They can now be flanked. And that's the big risk. And yeah, these Chevaliers should really be pushing on. I should go on and just surround these guys while I have the chance. These Mamluks are broken. They're gone. Get a move on before they send up more stuff. They're sending up more Mamluks, more spears. And they got cavalry around here. Look at this. The Crusader Knights are back. That is pretty scary. They need to be careful. They need to defend this choke point here. We've got some sergeants and some pole arms ready. They might try and go for some general kills or something like that. They got a general here as well. Got the Mamluk general. Or the Abbasid general, I should say. And more units wavering here. We've got the spears breaking. We've got Footward Jun. And yeah, we've kind of trapped these guys. The Mamluks could still get back, but I've decided to use Joan. Joan of Arc's going to come in. The gunners need to be careful. If they go shooting in here and kill Joan, that'll be very frustrating. But Joan's going to get some rear charges onto these guys and should break them. And here we go. Joan of Arc goes in, smashing these guys. And Joan of Arc, such a good hero or like unit to have. She has so many abilities. And you can see here now my Chevaliers are coming in. They're going to come in take over. And Joan, yeah, has already lost like 10 units going there. And I was like, no. Not again. I'm not having another general die. And so we're going to send in these Chevaliers. They'll surround these guys. And that's kind of death for these foot Mamelukes. I mean, they sort of could have got back inside, definitely. But they try to go for some key units. I mean, these pole arms, they need to get moving. They're getting focused down. So yeah, they're going to get squashed between some Chevaliers, those poor Mamelukes. A real shame for them. And there you go. We saw that the cavalry was arriving. Put some halberds in the way. They're not actually quite set up, so they could have got in there. And they could still, I mean, they could charge into these French Chevaliers here. Need to resort that out, really. And they've got a horse archer ability, or like, they have archers. So they could shoot these guys to death, but I don't think they have enough ammo. And now this Crusader Knights is kind of wavering, because I think it's getting shot by towers. I don't know what's happening, it's just wavering. Just not happy with what's happening. And now I think Joan's coming around, she's going to deal with this spear unit. Kind of want to see this happen. Just get mauled, this poor spear unit here. Some poor Crusaders. Going to get absolutely destroyed by Joan. Oh! Yeah, they all got flattened and died. Didn't they? Yep. Oh well. And yeah, so now the final assault really is happening on this this area here. The plan was now to just use like my gunners, let them shoot stuff at point blank range, and then I'd retreat and get them engage my sergeants, or the sergeants here of Brabant, I should say. And need to be careful, these gunners aren't retreating. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, and some of them are going to die. A real shame. Including the bannerman. He's going to die. Get him back. No. Or is he actually be an absolute baller and get back? I think he might survive. This man's going to be a legend. He's going to make it back to the lines. How has he done this? We're following this man. It's like a life, a soldier's life or whatever. We're just following this guy here. Oh, and some shock infantry comes in. Oh no, he's dead. Sure, he's dead. And yeah, so that's like Brabant's now got his troops in here. Yeah, I think that French guy finally died. There he is, dead on the floor. But yeah, so now it's Brabant taking over. He's going to hold this choke point here. Sending up pikes now to kind of just do the damage there. And Archer's going to shoot over the top. With these militia bowmen, just shoot over the top and shoot these guys as they fight it out. And that's kind of really the plan. I mean, we were already breaking them here, so we're like really pushing hard up here. Look at that. These units breaking before they even go to combat. That's huge. But I mean, yeah, these gunners need to be careful. They're still firing quite happily. And I mean, they're doing damage to the morale of their attackers as well as the defenders. So they need to be careful. They don't want to trade too much units. You can see here, look at the sheer amount of bodies down here. That is a lot of dead bodies. That's the brutality of choke point fighting. And we've got another choke point here going on. The nearest to you, the defenders, you've got the Crusader Knights, the dismounted ones, and like the furthest away, you've got like the Chevaliers of Toulouse and their polearm units. And I think at this point I've started the assault on this side as well. We've got polearms and Chevaliers working together to try and break their way through. So I have taken fully over from where Toulouse was, and Toulouse has taken fully over from where I was. Not purposely, we just happened. It's instinct. It just happened. And that just happens with good players. You just almost just do stuff without even thinking. And it works sometimes. Yeah, so these Frenchies are getting a taste for blood now, fighting these guys. And it looks like there's archers in here. We've got like marksmen. We've got some spears. These guys should be broken through eventually. These shock infantry should do some jobs. We can see here they've sent up their own pikes. So there's a pike fired off. We've got the Crusader pikes in here. We really need to focus down their pikes with the archers. Force them back. See if they enjoy that. And yeah, look at that general retreat. That is going to be brutal. I mean, so definitely some of their units would have died in that fight. And these pikes now are just going to face it off against everything else. They're going to do I think they're actually going to charge again. They're going to try and get that charge bonus. Not a bad idea, but they're going to charge into the pikes doing that. And it's kind of like a bit of a pike and shot now, almost. I've got my gunners down there waiting to do something. We've got the pikes here. It's kind of the pike and shot total war we never have got yet. That'd be really good if we could get that. And at this point, yeah, my infantry's still back here, and the cavalry's like long gone. He's all the way over here now for some reason. Looking for an opportunity, but it's not one that's going to appear. Not at all. And I think, yeah, the pikes are going to... Oh my gosh, the pikes are routed. Jeez, that's not good. These Brabantian pikes, I mean, they're pretty beat up. Yeah, they're falling back, and they're waiting for me to get a shot, was the plan with Brabant. He's like, right, I'm going to fall back, and as they come around this corner, let your gunners just open fire. Let them rain death. And, yeah, they should do so any moment now. There you go. The guy said it himself, unleash hell. And they're going to fire onto those pikes as they come down. And you can sort of see them like forcing these guys back. I mean, look, they're just raking them up here. Raking them with death. And that's doing a lot of damage to the morale. And you can see, it doesn't do damage to these guys, but we're shooting up onto a more like elevated spot. If you just shot directly at these guys, you'd do damage to your own troops. But yeah, we're waving these pikes. That's huge. Another volley would be great. And these footwar Jund again the same. And certainly the archers as well, the pavis, they can do damage. They can focus these guys down without doing damage to the morale. More pikes coming in. So it's really good play there by the attackers. And it looks like Toulouse has been forced off this ridge here. But I mean, he's quickly going to be coming back up. Some sergeants coming. And now, there you go, another volley from the gunners. He needs to be careful. He's going to shoot his own sergeants. And there you go, we're going to have some more foot Mamluks going in combat against the sergeants. Going off current record, I'd say the sergeants are going to lose this. These Mamluks are just too goddamn nasty. And you can see it, look at this, a load of routing here by the defenders on this side. They're in a real sticky position there, what to do. Like pikes, they've lost their only pike unit now. And now Brabant has all the pikes, and we can just send up our pikes, then form a shot up, and then get the gunners to fall back behind the pike line if they ever get threatened. So it's a hard one for them, what to do. They need to be careful and hope that they can catch the gunners off guard when I'm doing something else elsewhere. But yeah, their Crusader Knights are already wavering. And look at that, we're going to surround these foot guard Mamelukes. Brabant sending troops in, though Brabant might break fighting these guys. He's has a hard time at the moment fighting just about anyone with his general dead. Luckily none of our other generals are dead, but could happen at any moment. Oh, and there you go, some more dismounted Crusaders coming in. But I don't know if these. Oh yeah, the Mamluks are losing. The Mamluks are well and truly losing that fight. Probably because they're getting surrounded. We've got some dismounted Chevaliers, and they're now from the French. So could be interesting. We've still got like a fresh unit here. It's only barely touched. Only lost 10 men. They can go in. I mean, Joan of Arc's here as well. She's ready to do her bit if needs be. Yeah, the gunners are back, and they just keep raking, like, fire into these guys. I mean, I'm falling back. I definitely could have got another volley off. But I'm falling back. I'm not liking my chances. And the swords are ready to hold the line. That might not be enough to stop these dismounted Crusaders, though. Here they come. Absolute mad lads for Jerusalem, and the pikes are coming up. There you go. That's going to stop these guys in their track. The pikes go down. And, yeah, they're falling back just like that. I don't know if they're breaking. No. Now the gunners are going to return in no time until they've really run down that hill. But, yeah, the gunners will return and start shooting again. And this is the issue that the defenders have got now. They're really stuck in, like, a catch-22. They have to either attack and attack on pikes, or they defend and play defensive, and they get shot to death by gunners. But yeah, you can see now they're falling back to this choke point here, because their plan, I think they plan to use their cavalry. You can see it's all amassing up here, all the remains of their cavalry, and they're hoping that they can get down this little track down here, and they can flank any attack by the by us. So if I send up my gunners, they can just slam into the side. But we did anticipate that. We did see this little track quite a while ago. I'm like, oh, we'll have to defend that if we ever get to here. If we ever get to this stage. And we've got to that stage. And we'll do something about that. Yeah, I'm not having any, like, luck over here. I think there's more defenders here than there are attackers now. And there's just so many polearms. These polearms just also don't seem to be doing too much in the way of killing anyone. We've got more polearms here. We've got more shock infantry getting ready. But we're almost through here. This actually looks like with the area we're most likely to get through first. As, well, you can see all the cavalry's getting ready. I mean, they're bringing up archers as well. It's very, very close. I hope you guys have stuck around to the end or so far to see what's going to happen. I mean, it could still go either way. I mean, balance power is not in favor of the defenders. But all they need is someone like generals to die. I mean, this general is very close to the front lines. I mean, Joan of Arc's also not looking the healthiest. But they can get a sneaky general kill. It could be all over for the attackers. Attila morale is not great if you lose generals. You can see here the bow cavalry is shooting the gunners over here, who is just, I think we're shooting, yeah, we're shooting these dismounted Crusader Knights here. Not allowing them to get any respite. I mean, they are already pretty beaten up. They've lost like 40 men. It's pretty nasty. And we're going to get our archers up and we're going to shoot at these cavalry up here. And look, more breaking here. They're really having to send in everything and anything. It's just a spear line now. The Crusader spears and some shock. They might have to send stuff back from here to come and defend here. But we are winning in this choke point here with my Chevaliers. And Brabant, surprisingly, is not broken yet. And also, Brabant has the most of our men still. And he's lost his general. That's the major thing. So it could still go either way. If Brabant just has a chain route for some reason, just like out of exhaustion, that could really level the playing field in like amount of troops. And then I wouldn't put, I certainly wouldn't put money on the attackers to win then. But yeah, certainly those two units going in there have certainly plugged that gap. And you can see the swords are now hiding behind this spot here. And I'm going to have to send up gunners and all sorts to sort of deal with it. But here you go, swords going up. We're going to block this area here. Oh no, pikes are going up. So they can block that area. And my gunners are going to go and stand over here and start raking fire into these Crusader Knights again. And really, it's coming down to the very last few units for both sides. Joan of Arc's coming up. We're going to need all the cavalry and all the men we can get. Even the women. Led by, we're going to need this French girl to come and lead us to glory. There she is. Doesn't look like her at all. I presume that's her. That might be her, actually. No, it's definitely not. I'm surprised Joan of Arc doesn't have its own model. That would be nice to see, to be fair. But yeah, there you go. Gunners firing. They're going to fall back. And the swords are going to go in. And you can see here the pikes are now blocking. So the cavalry's having to come around here. Prince of Antioch is coming around. He's going to try and do some damage. And we've got dismounted Brabantian Knights here. We've got Joan of Arc having to come up. And there's definitely a gap here. Look at that huge gap there is in the line. And Joan is going to try and break through that. Should do quite easily. Sneaks through. And can defend the pike line here. Because that would be what the cavalry would have gone for. Would have charged and gone after his pikes. Joan of Arc should win this fight here. I mean, it's getting a support as the Prince of Antioch by the Mamluk general, who is actually firing his bows. And he's firing onto this combat here. I mean, we are winning at the moment. But how long that will last, who knows. The gunners are coming up. The gunners at this point, I think, are coming up to support Joan of Arc in this combat here. Trying to form column. Yeah, both sides losing that fight now. So if Joan dies, that could be good night Vienna for the French. You can see the polearm. Look at this. Just going here, and the frames drop ever so slightly. You can see like the huge amount of men, like dead, and those still living as the polearms are slowly edging their way up they're now on top of this slope. So that's not good for the defenders. And there's a mix of Toulouse, Brabant, France in there. It's one of the only places that we're fully united in attacking places. I'm actually wavering in two areas. Got shock infantry wavering there, more wavering there. And Joan is losing this fight. And now the militia bowmen's here. These gunners are now in combat trying to help Joan out here. And so are the archers, I think. They're trying to help fight. But the Prince of Antioch is now wavering. That is good. Joan of Arc oh yeah, there you go. Joan of Arc may just survive. The enemy general is dead. There you go. Antioch is dead. And that will probably be it for Antioch and for this siege. There you go. A chain rout here. And yeah, just about everything else is now routing for both sides. And it's just an exhaustion, really. Exhaustion and losses. And the defenders have lost. But they killed a lot of our men. They killed just about 5,000 of the men off. So just about their men killed just about one man each, probably. So that's pretty good odds. So there you go, a Pyrrhic victory for the French and their allies. So we'll end the replay and have a look at the end results. But yeah, so I was playing as the French. So we'll have a look at my my results first. We have Joan of Arc here getting 102 kills, which is not too shabby since she was basically stayed at the back of the battle for most of the time. My shock infantry getting 404 kills. That's insane. Another one getting 138, but I mean 404. Definitely most of my kills came from that one unit. My polearms getting 147, which is not too shabby for them. My sergeant's the best one, getting 106, but they seem to just disappear very, very quickly early on in the battle. My Frank archers getting 38 kills in comparison to my two elite units, the 3rd Company E or 3rd E Company, 271, and my Garde Escosse getting 276. My gunners getting 129, which is not too shabby, as I rarely use them, and I barely use any of their ammo, in fairness. So they did pretty well. My gendarmes getting 183, which is, again, not too shabby for them. And my bombard getting 121 kills, which is, again, could be okay. It's pretty good, because he had to take out a wall first, but he did okay. We'll have a quick look at Rhys Paddo's results as well. He was playing as the Principality of Antioch. He got 10 kills with his general, which is no surprise. He stayed at the back for most of the thing. His shock getting 201, which is really good for them. Usually, I find shock infantry for defenders just gets focused down and killed. He spammed out these Crusader spears. 107 the best one, which is not too bad for spears actually. It's really good. And then these dismounted Crusader Knights only getting 55 kills. His archers, Crusader Marksmen, getting 245, 247, and 202. They got a lot of kills. And then his Crusader Knights getting 266. They wrecked a lot of Toulouse's army. And then the mortar here getting 232. And then the Drunk Norwegian who's playing as Toulouse. There are his results. He got 323 with his dismounted Chevaliers. His Escossiers getting 99 kills. His Sergeants getting 123. One of them not even getting one kill. It's really awful. His Pavis getting 75. His Gunner getting 131 himself. And his Custodiers getting 97 kills. Azarian Fox is playing as Brabant. He got 80 4 kills with his Brabantian Knights. His Brabantian Pikes getting a 25 kills, which is, they kind of got focused down. His Sergeants, which he spammed out, our best one getting 130. His Militia Bow getting 72, and his Pavis Crossbows getting 34 and 86, and his Knights getting, or his Mounted Knights getting 204, and his Mortar getting 193. And then the Dodgy Gob, who's playing as the Abbasid Caliphate, his star of his, star of the show for him was definitely his Mamluk Foot Guards, 212, 207, all in the getting like over 150 kills. His Mortar getting 149, his Footwar Jun getting 90 kills, his Khalif Hamat, the Spear unit, getting 181, and then his, this one, Khalif Hamat, this is a high variant, 239, that's really, really good. But yeah, that's probably the best units for him. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this 12-12 siege, then please remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and leave a comment. Well done if you got to the very end. It was a long one, and I'm sure you had an enjoyable time watching it, and got through a lot of snacks and drinks. And anyway, Legionnaires, until next time, bye for now.